Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today's video is going to shock every coin collector, treasure hunter, and anyone who checks their pocket change. Because we are talking about one of the most mysterious, rare, and unbelievably valuable pennies ever discovered in the history of American coinage. Yes, you heard it right. The 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin that has taken the collector's world by storm and has recently reached a jaw-dropping current market value of $10 million. This tiny copper coin, something most people ignore, something millions of Americans use daily without a second thought, has now become a life-changing treasure for those lucky enough to find one in perfect condition. And today, I am going to tell you the history behind this rare penny, its incredible value, the reasons for its rarity, how to identify the coin correctly, the errors you must look for, the grading secrets that can push its value into the millions, and why experts believe this coin will continue to rise in price. To start off, let's talk about the historical background of the 1972 Lincoln cent. The year 1972 was a major milestone in Lincoln penny production. It was a time when the United States Mint was running at full speed, producing billions of Lincoln cents to keep up with national demand. The Philadelphia Mint alone produced more than 2.5 billion pennies that year. But hidden among these billions, there are a small number of extraordinary coins that were struck with unusual clarity, unusual die features, and extremely rare characteristics. These coins are what collectors today refer to as high-grade 1972 no-mint mark rarities. Because Philadelphia did not use mint marks at that time, all pennies from that mint simply show Abraham Lincoln on one side and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse without any mint letter. But the rare version of the 1972 penny is not just a normal circulation coin. It is a masterpiece that resulted from an extraordinary set of circumstances at the mint, circumstances that created a coin worth millions today. Now, let's go deeper into the reason why this penny holds such incredible value. Many people wonder how a coin worth 1 cent can reach $10 million. It sounds impossible. It sounds unbelievable. But when you discover the truth behind its scarcity, its strike quality, and the errors associated with it, everything suddenly becomes clear. The primary reason for the high value lies in the fact that there are extremely few examples of this coin in perfect mint state red condition, especially with strong doubling and crisp details. Certain 1972 cents show what is known as a strong doubled die obverse. This means when the coin was struck, the die used had shifted slightly, creating a dramatic doubling effect on the inscriptions like Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date 1972 itself. This doubling is so clean, so sharp, and so visible that collectors go crazy when they find one in high grade. Most circulated examples, even if doubled, are worth money, but the ones that remain untouched, uncirculated, with original red luster, can command unimaginable prices. Now let's talk about the story of one such coin that changed everything. A few years ago, a collector discovered a 1972 penny that was certified by a top grading service with a nearly perfect mint state grade. The coin had pure red luster, no scratches, no marks, no dulling, and one of the strongest double die features ever seen on a 1972 cent. When it went to auction, experts estimated it might reach a few $100,000. But the bidding war went insane. Collectors around the world battled aggressively, pushing the price higher and higher until the final hammer price crossed into the millions. That historic sale became the reference point that set the stage for the current $10 million valuation. Today, examples of this coin in top grade are considered one of the holy grails of modern coin collecting, and their scarcity continues to drive prices upward. So how do you know if you have the right 1972 penny? The first step is checking for the strong doubling on the obverse side. Look closely at the word Liberty. The letters should look doubled as if they have a shadow behind them. Then check the motto In God We Trust. If the doubling is strong, you will see clear separation in the letters. Finally, check the date. The digits 1, 9, 7, and 2 will show bold doubling if you have the correct variety. This type of doubling cannot be confused with ordinary wear or damage. It's crisp, clean, and mechanical looking. If you see fuzzy doubling or blurry outlines, that is most likely machine doubling, which does not increase value. True double die features are sharp, bold, and well separated from the original strike. If you find such a coin in good condition, even if it's not perfect, it is worth sending in for professional grading. Next, let's discuss grading and why it is the most important factor determining the value of the coin. A 1972 penny with doubling in average circulated condition can be worth a few $100s. In better condition, maybe a few thousand. But the moment you have a coin with bright red luster, no scratches, no spots, and extremely sharp details, the value skyrockets. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC evaluate coins based on strike quality, luster, color, and preservation. The highest grades, like Mint State 67 Red or Mint State 68 Red, are extremely rare. And this is where collectors are willing to pay life-changing amounts of money. A single point difference can mean the difference between a $15,000 coin and a $10 million coin. That is how critical grading is. Let's go deeper into the history. The Lincoln Cent series started in 1909, replacing the Indian head penny. Abraham Lincoln was chosen to commemorate his 100th birthday, making him the first real person to appear on circulating U.S. coinage. The reverse originally featured wheat ears until 1959, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. By 1972, the Lincoln Memorial design was well established. Yet, despite the huge number of coins produced each year, only a handful from 1972 became legendary. Why? Because of how dies were prepared at the mint. In those days, the process involved manual hubbing, which occasionally created doubling errors. These errors were unintentional, but once they happened, they were extremely difficult to detect before coins were released into circulation. The 1972 double die is one of the strongest and most dramatic in the entire Lincoln Cent series. That is why collectors consider it one of the most desirable varieties of all time. Let's move to the topic of rarity. Out of more than 2 billion pennies minted in 1972, experts estimate that only a few thousand double die examples were released. And out of those few thousand, only a handful survived in perfect, untouched, brilliant red condition. Many were spent, many were damaged, many lost their luster over time. That's why the ones that remain in top grade are considered priceless treasures today. And this is also why the top example is currently valued at $10 million. It's not just a coin. It is a piece of history, a miracle of survival, and a masterpiece of minting. Now, let's talk about what collectors look for and what you should examine if you have a 1972 penny at home. Start by checking the color. Coins with a red designation are worth the most because they retain their original mint shine. Red-brown coins are worth less, and brown coins are worth even less. Next, use a magnifying glass or microscope to look closely at the lettering. Look for splits in the serifs, clear doubling lines, and sharp separation. Then check the fields, the smooth, flat areas of the coin. If they are clean and free of marks, the grade goes higher. Check Lincoln's face, beard, and hair. A strong strike with full details indicates a higher value coin. Finally, flip the coin to the reverse side and check the Lincoln Memorial. Even though the doubling is only on the obverse, the reverse must also be clean and sharp to achieve a high grade. Now, let's explore why this coin has reached a $10 million valuation. The first reason is rarity. The second is historical significance. The third is collector demand. But the fourth reason is something many people overlook. It's the condition census. This refers to the fact that the top-graded coins are tracked by grading services, and collectors compete fiercely to own the finest known example. The single highest-graded coin becomes the target of wealthy collectors, investors, museums, and private collections. They are willing to pay astronomical prices for the best of the best. That is why the top coin has reached $10 million. Another reason for the value is that the coin has become iconic on social media platforms, coin forums, and numismatic blogs. Every time a story about a record-breaking sale goes viral, public interest grows. More people start searching their pocket change. More people submit their pennies for grading.